Right, guys. So let's talk about the Opp meeting. Who had guests today? And how many? How many have?
One.
One. Awesome. Two. Anybody else? Two. One. Anybody else? One. Awesome. I had two. So, I mean, it sounds like we have a pretty good amount of guests in the room. So that's awesome. You guys want to utilize it. So today, I'm going to talk about just starting off with the mindset as far as why are you getting people to the Opp? You want to make the decision to recruit and build a team, right? I know Shat kind of talked a lot about that, not just being by yourself in the business. And so you want to make sure that you're recruiting people. And there's two major reasons why you want to recruit and build. Number one is to find new leaders, right? So when you recruit people, sometimes you may not be the best in everything yourself, but you can find somebody that could be absolutely amazing on your team, right? So like, for example, I started recruiting. I mean, my dad, for example, found me, and then he prospected somebody who found Josh. And Josh is absolutely amazing, but if we weren't recruiting and we didn't have that mindset, Josh wouldn't be in the business. And then a lot of people in this room and on the Zoom wouldn't be here right now, right? So recruiting is huge, and you find leaders to help build your team. The next reason why you recruit and build is to find other places to go, right? When you recruit somebody and you work with them, they bring in a new market, right? A lot of people may say, hey, I don't know who to go see. I don't know who to talk to. When I started the business, I was 22 years old, and I didn't really know a lot of people that were married or had kids or were in our qualified market. But I was able to get really good at reaching out to people, prospecting out and about, calling resumes, and finding people who had a market of people who were married and had kids. And now that can take you out to go see people. So that's huge. Next thing is it increases your leadership. When you have people that are coming to the meeting, you're not showing up late, right? When you have people that are coming to the meeting, you're dressing sharp. When you have people that are coming to the meeting, you have to read and self-improve so you can give back something to them, right? You can't pour into somebody if you don't have anything in you to pour out, right? So that's huge. Brings in new competition. So sometimes if you're here alone for a little while, you're like, man, maybe I can't compete with everybody in the office, but you bring in a new teammate or two new teammates at the same time, maybe they start competing and you get excited about them, right? Showing them the leadership, showing them the contest. Right, and it brings in new competition. Like for example, Kiki, right, coming in and killing it, and now that's new competition for some of the people that have been around. It's like, dang, we gotta compete with Kiki. She's new and she's getting things done, right? So you want to make sure you focus on that. That's the way to have both time and money. Again, Shaquille talked about this, so I'm not going to talk too much more on that. But that's how you can have passive income, create passive income. If you don't have a team, if you don't have other licensed agents bringing in clients, then you're just kind of in sales on your own, right? You can never eventually stop working and have the business work without you. So that's huge. And then every business or corporation recruits. So why not you? Why not you go out and find people for your organization, right? Or else, if not, I mean, somebody else is going to find you for their organization, right? So you want to make sure you make that decision to recruit and build. So what are some of the benefits of using the opportunity meeting, right? The first thing is you have the best people in the office explaining the business for you. So if you can come into the business and you're brand new and you don't know what to say or you're nervous about recruiting, just have your trainer talk to somebody you know, get them to the meeting, and then now you have Shaq talking to them about the business. You have Bao, you have sometimes myself, you have Jen, all of the top leaders in the office that are amazing at recruiting, explaining the opportunity for you, right? So if you can utilize that, that's amazing. And then they come out of the meeting and then they're like ready to go. I'm going to talk about that in a second. But the other thing is the environment. If you get them to the office, they're meeting other teammates, right? When they get here, we tell everybody try to arrive early, 9 o'clock, 9:15 to help set up, but also is to create an environment for all of the new guests that are coming in, right? When guests come in, we have people meet each other, meet the agents that are in the office. Maybe they can relate with a story from one of the agents that are here. If they don't relate maybe to you, right? So in that environment, they're meeting other people. They're not alone. When sometimes we meet with people on Zoom, they're like, I'm the only one here. I don't know if this is for me. I don't know how many people are actually saying yes to this opportunity, but when they come out and they see, oh, wow, someone was a biology major like myself, somebody was in IT, somebody was just working in fast food or a server, right? Then they can kind of see that. And that kind of also creates a group dynamic. I think Dalton, right? When he came out to the Wednesday hop, every single guest that was there was also a guy and also a server. And all of them joined the business. So with that, sometimes you can utilize that group dynamic, and it's absolutely amazing, something that you can use there that you can't necessarily maybe do by yourself. So that's huge. Also creating an emotional high. Shaq gives it his all in that Opp Meeting, right? So does Bow, right? So Shaq is going to bring out sometimes the emotions that you might not be able to, like, I know I can't present like Shaq. Right? Can anybody in here present better than Shaq? I don't think so, right? So with that, he can bring out that emotional high, the excitement about the business and the opportunity for someone to at least just give it a shot, you know? So use that, guys, use that. And then afterwards, just close after the op. I mean, to be honest, when people come out of the meeting, there's not too much you have to say, right? Shaquille answers a lot of questions in there afterwards. When they come out, they're excited, right? And all you got to do is just lay out, hey, this is the process, what you can do. I don't have the steps for that because we've talked about it before, but it's, hey, let's recap the licensing. Let's answer any other questions you may have, and let's get started. If they can't get started right then and there, I've seen many people in the office, they'll get lists. They'll set appointments, right, with that new person because they're excited. And then maybe they get the IBA later on, right? But that's it. There's not too much presenting or anything you have to do after the op. And then they also have less objections about showing up in person, which Samir kind of talked about as well. So if they're already here, they've come to the office for the first time ever experiencing the business, why would it be hard for them to just continue to show up once a week at the office, right? Sometimes when people may, and I'm not going to say this is right or wrong, but sometimes if people are on Zoom, it's like, that's comfortable. They're like, oh, hey, I'm on Zoom. I don't know if I want to drive to the office, right? And they're like, oh, can I potentially watch it on Zoom instead of coming to the office? But if they are here now, they already know. They know where to leave a park. They know the traffic situation. They understand everything that first time. Now they come back and it should be a regular habit now for them. So that's what I've kind of seen as far as some of the benefits here. Now, who can you invite to the op? Anybody, guys. It could be anybody. There's two situations where you can kind of reach out to people. There's warm market, where you reach out to your warm market, or you have your recruit bring people to the meeting, which is utilizing their warm market. So that's usually the best place. You want to kind of stay within your warm market or your recruit's warm market for as long as possible. And for anybody new, what is warm market? People that you know, like you know their name or they know your name. So that's like unlimited. Anybody here have Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn? All those people, you know them, they know you. That's your warm market. You can reach out to those people, and those people, you can invite them to the meeting. Then cold, that's people that you don't know, right? So a lot of times, that's kind of where I'm reaching out to a lot of people right now, which is you can just call somebody through a resume. Or you can reach out to them on social media, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, even if it's people that you don't know. There's ways to do that too. So here's two scripts that I have. I just have one for LinkedIn, which I got from Maren. She trained on this a couple weeks ago. But this is if you're reaching out to people on LinkedIn. I know a lot of people are starting to do that now. And usually when I was reaching out to LinkedIn originally, I would just be reaching out to people and booking them to the expansion webinar. But Maren kind of switched it up and she said, hey, you can meet in our office. And I'm pretty sure, is that how Dalton came out? Right, Dalton came out from this message and he's here in training. So obviously it works. So hey, Dalton, I'm looking for professionals to become part of our financial services team. The position is remote and you have the ability to begin on a part-time basis. We're hosting a company informational meeting tomorrow at 9:30 at our Tyson's Corner office. If interested, I can send further information. Very straightforward. And then you can send that out to various people, obviously local people, right? So send it out and then you get people that respond. Now for me, I am typically making what are called steam calls. So A steam call is pretty much you're reaching out to somebody, you're gonna give them some general information about the company. It's a long script, so I'm not gonna read through the entire thing. If you want that script, we can send it out to you guys as well, but you run the script, you find out a little bit about the person, you tell them a little bit about our company, and then you set a meeting with them, whether it's online or in person. So I've been 100% shifting from inviting people to the webinar to strictly inviting them to the Opp. So when I talk to them, there's only 2 options that I'm going to meet with them, either Wednesday or Saturday. Now, if for any reason that's absolutely impossible for them, which that can be the case sometimes, then I'll set a webinar. But other than that, I'm just inviting people in person. So, role play with you, right? So let's say we go through the whole thing. What are you doing now for work? Receptionist. Okay, cool. So Josue works as a receptionist. I call him up. He's open to the opportunity. And I say, all right, Josue, so the next step for me and you is I want to get you as much information as possible. And right now we have, preferably I'd love to meet with you in person, actually. So we do have a corporate hiring event at our office in Tyson's. And the next one that we have is going to be on Saturday at 9:30. Do you have any plans already for Saturday? No, it's not too short notice. Okay, perfect. So what I'm going to actually do is I'm going to send you a text message with the address details, and then I'm also going to send you an email with parking instructions as well as how to find our office suite. So you're going to receive that. And then on Friday evening, I'll just touch base with you and then just check in and make sure everything's good to go. Sound good? That's it. So not anything crazy, just instead of inviting them to the webinar and say, hey, I'm going to send you a link, send you an email to watch something, just invite them to the office. And then I'm going to show you guys what the messages kind of look like when they go out. So the text that he's going to receive first is going to say, hey, Josue, this is Shondell. We just spoke. I invited you to our corporate hiring event on Saturday at 9:30. Here's the address. Please arrive 15 minutes early so we can meet. Dress professionally and bring a notebook. I look forward to meeting you there. So super professional text message. If you guys are using our automation CRM, a level up, then this goes out automated for me. So when I send the message, it just goes out to them directly. Next, they're going to get another confirmation the night before. So if it's on Wednesday, it'll be 8 o'clock at night. That's what I have it set for. If it's on Friday, it goes out at 5 p.m. So again, just sending the address one more time. Just wanted to confirm that you're still able to meet with me on Saturday, and then reply yes to confirm. And then I'm going to touch base with you in the morning so I can confirm your ETA. So every Friday night, if I have 5, 10 guests invited, I kind of have an idea of who's going to actually show up if they respond or not, right, to the confirmation. So you want to make sure that you're confirming your guests. Yes, you can invite them, but you need to check in with them, right? Some people forget. It happens regularly. You invite a lot of people, they're like, yeah, I'll be there. I have no other plans. And then they completely forget about the meeting. So you always want to confirm. So I don't only confirm once, I confirm twice. So then the next morning, they're going to get another text, right? So sometimes people don't respond to me on Friday night, but they'll respond to me Saturday morning. So now, an hour and a half before the meeting, they're going to get another text. Hey, good morning, Josue. I was just looking forward to meeting with you today. If you can please text me your estimated time of arrival so I can make sure to meet you in the lobby, that'd be great. See you soon. Drive safe. So, for example, I have 2 guests here today, Estelle and Kwame, and both of them confirmed last night at various times, and then both of them texted me this morning. One person was like, hey, yeah, I'm super excited to see you today. I'm probably going to be there between 9 and 9:10. And then Kwame was like, hey, I'm en route. I should be there in about 20 minutes. I'll let you know when I get there. Both of them called me once they got downstairs, and I was able to go meet them, bring them up, and it worked out. So that's pretty much my process. And you just obviously got to do it regularly to get people out. I would typically say that for every 10 people that you invite, and if this is like worst case scenario, cold market, for every 10 that you invite, 4 people will show up, right? If it's warm market, the results are a lot better, a lot higher than that. So for our results last month, we got 26 recruits, which definitely was a team effort. I think Team Infinite brought in 19 out of our 26 recruits. So 10 of them came from the Opp. And my goal is that a lot more of them are going to come from the Opp, more so than online. So within our team, me, and Lilix and my dad, who's here today. I brought in 3 directs to hear, Hermela and Sean. All of them were from resume calls. Then Naeem was actually a client. So one of my recruits that came to an op, I recruited her at the op. Then we went on 1 field training presentation. Out of all of the ones that we scheduled, we went on 1. They became a client. Naeem is a firefighter and his wife is a hairstylist. And he came to the op on a Wednesday and is super sharp, wants to help all of the firefighters in this community. He got started after a Wednesday op. And then Steven was a recruit bringing a recruit. So Steven brought Sean brought Steven, and they're both servers. So that was there. And then Lilix actually spoke to a client and ended up bringing the client's daughter to the meeting, and she got started on a Saturday off. And then through Team Infinite, Andre got 2 recruits last month from the off. One was Warm Market. Kurt was a coworker, and then Darian was
Darian's a coworker.
oh shoot, that's so shit. My bad. So Darian was the coworker. He was the tall guy, right? And then Kurt was a high school friend. So just for example, what did you say to invite them out?
Just a little bit about what I'm doing, what we're doing here as far as helping the community. And I thought that it would be great, so they were just intrigued by it. And they came out. Well, that was for Darian, for my high school buddy. He's been in the restaurant industry for about 15 years. He's starting to hate it. So he just hit me up like, Dre, do you have anybody who's hiring? No, but I have a business.
Yeah.
You can get into that. So he came out today. He's really excited about it.
Yeah, exactly. So when you look at it, guys, it's simple. That's in your warm market. Then Marin, right? We're always talking about Dalton already. So, right, Dalton and Case, they were both from LinkedIn using that same message, right? So when you look at it, there's ways to do it. You just got to utilize these messages and send them out or make your calls on a regular basis. Been on here? Yeah. How many people on average do you invite to the ops?
10.
Yeah, about 10 a week, right? And then I'm pretty sure she has guests almost every op, right? So 10 on Wednesday, 10 on Saturday, and she has guests every time, right? So you just work those numbers. And if you're like, hey, I'm just getting started, work with your trainer. Set up a time to do like a work session and just learn how to make some calls, learn how to send out the messages and do it together, right? So you can get into the habit of inviting on a regular basis and then be able to get some results from it. So any questions? All right, cool. Well, I think Jen's gonna actually come up and talk about the big event. I would invite to the big event, creating an attendance. She's absolutely